There it goes.
Hi guys, so are we live now? We're going to get started here in a few minutes. So today what we're going to be talking about is we're going to be talking about Clark's allergy test. We're going to be talking about dogs that have environmental allergies and food allergies. And we'll get started, let's say in like at 6:10. So if you're already watching this video, you'll probably want to fast forward like 5 minutes into the video. But yeah, we're going to be talking about dogs that have allergies and how to tell if your dog is having allergy problems, whether it's environmental or if it's food allergies. Food allergies is a big one. So we're going to get started here in a few minutes. Now, to just remind everybody to keep your comments and chat and everything on the subject. I'm only going to be answering questions that have to do with what we're talking about today. So how is everybody today? I have a feeling that YouTube did not actually notify subscribers about this video. Oh, hi guys. There we go. Now my feed is updating. That's better. So we'll get started soon. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about allergy in dogs and Clark's allergy test. So, have any of you guys seen my previous video? I did a video about Caspian's allergy and his test results, and basically Caspian has been the biggest struggle for me when it came to my dog's allergies. So I don't know if any of you guys saw that video, but yeah, he's seen a lot of vets for allergy issues, just always had allergy problems. I think my live chat is not updating correctly. That's not good, because how am I supposed to be able to read your guys' comments? All right, so that's better. Okay, so yeah, to get started. So basically what we're going to be talking about is allergies. So I'll give you some background about this. Caspian was my service dog, and I struggled for years with him with allergies. He always had really itchy paws. Like once or twice he got an ear infection, and that was from allergies. And we were constantly going to the vet with him for these problems to get like the symptoms cleared up. And then we had him on allergy medication for a long time. And some of the vets thought it was just environmental allergies. We even went to a specialist that was out of town, like 2 states away, and they could just never tell us what it was. So some people thought that it was just environmental, and then some of the vets thought that it was like a food allergy. But basically, he just always had these allergy symptoms that we couldn't figure out what it was. And one of the vets thought that it was like an allergy to beef, which I really didn't think that it was. And so then last summer, I was approached by a company called Affordable Testing, and they had this allergy test for dogs that they wanted me to try out and see if I liked the product and stuff. And I have to admit, I was so like, I don't know if this is like something that I want to, I don't know if this is something that is going to work, basically. Like, it's something I want to work, but I'm like, I don't know, it just seems so weird. So I was not sure at all if it was going to work. I had so many doubts about it. It was a hair test, and I did some reading online, and some people were saying that the hair test worked for them, but then there were also people saying that it was impossible, that you couldn't test for allergies without a blood sample. It couldn't be a hair sample. So yeah, it was just pretty crazy. So I decided to give it a try. I pulled out his hair like the instructions said. I sent the hair in to the lab, and then I got the results back. And the results from like this company is really fast. You get it, I think, like within 5 days. So then after that, I spent, actually it was a couple of months. I spent a couple of months, I went through the results, and then I spent a couple of months actually applying it to Caspian's diet and seeing what the changes were, because I wanted to see if it really was going to work and see what happened. So yeah, that was kind of like how I got into it. And so the results is that Caspian was allergic to chicken, and then I took chicken out of his diet, and the results were just really amazing. Like within 2 weeks, I was seeing huge results. So you can kind of go and watch that video if you want to know more about like exactly what happened with Caspian and all of that. But basically I was like, oh my God, this test actually does work, which was really cool. So after that, I decided to eventually, like as I could, get all of my dogs tested. So this next one is Clark, and so we're going to be looking at his results. So basically I have them pulled up on the screen. You've kind of been looking at them. But if you'll give me a minute. Oh, hi, Katie. Okay, so let me show you Clark. Clark, come here. Come here. Good boy. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, you're so silly. Oh, there we go. Okay. Hi, Clark. Good boy. So this is Clark, and this is who the test results are for, in case you're not familiar with all of their names. Good boy. So Clark is a Pembroke Cardigan Welsh Corgi, and he is a blue merle. Now, his allergy symptoms, I want to say, first of all, are not near as bad as like what I was dealing with Caspian. He has some allergies, and honestly, over the last couple of months, they've gotten a lot better. So I'm interested to see if he has any food allergies or what is causing him to have allergies just like once in a while, but not all the time. So let's go to the results. And just let me know if you guys have any questions about it as we're going along. Good boy. Good boy. He's still here wanting to get attention. All right, so first of all, we're looking at his environmental allergies. And so this test is comprised of different levels. It's level 3, level 2, and level 1. So level 3 is something that they are severely intolerant to. And these allergies aren't necessarily like, the food allergies are more like intolerances, not actual food allergies. Whereas if somebody who's allergic to peanuts eats a peanut, and they're going to have problems breathing and could actually die from it, like if they don't get help right away. So it's not like that. It's more like intolerances. So you can think of it like they'll have an upset stomach, they could have diarrhea, vomiting, itchy skin, just things that you might not associate with being intolerant to food. Or environmental intolerances where something just doesn't make you feel good. So the first one we're looking at is environmental, and level 3 means that it's something that they're severely intolerant to, something that's really causing them problems. Then level 2 is something that is a little bit more mild, and then level 1 is something that is that they are intolerant to, but it's not really that bad. And if the same thing comes up on multiple levels, then they're severely intolerant to it. And then also, if it's like, for example, a food and it comes up on 3, that's something you want to completely take out of their diet. If it comes out just like on level 1, then it's something that they could have once in a while. It's not going to really bother them too much. So first, there's, I don't know what that is. That's some sort of asparagus, some sort of plant, I think. Buttercup, cats, chicken feathers, elder, hazel, house dust mite, ticks, and wool. So those are the things that he is like severely intolerant to. And what I found was really interesting from this test is cats. So we go down to level 2, and it is cats again. And then some more things that are plants and also some animals. And then we go to level 1, and we have apple tree ash, beech buttercup, very allergic to buttercup, I guess, cockroaches, duck feathers, horses, ragweed. Okay, and then level 2 was colonial bent grass, jasmine leather, meadow foxtail, mosquitoes, rabbits, wild oats. So I thought this was really interesting that cats came up twice on here because one of the things that I noticed is that Clark's allergies have been better over the last couple of months, and the cats are more limited to to certain rooms, and he has not really been interacting with the cats hardly at all over the last few months, since they're mainly like out in their yard, or when they're in the house, they're in parts of the house where the cats don't go into. So that would explain why he's actually been having less allergies than he used to. And we're always joking that Clark is not a farm dog, and that definitely shows here. He's allergic to a lot of plants, cats, chickens, rabbits, horses. So that was really interesting. And also ticks, and I have noticed that when Clark gets a tick bite, it gets really inflamed. So all of that really just does make a lot of sense to me from what I know about him. And then next, so next are his food intolerances. And food intolerances, there really wasn't hardly anything on here that he actually eats. So blackberries, bread, brown, white, cabbage, carrots. Pretty much the only thing on here that he actually does eat is carrots. So that was something that I'm going to be taking out of his diet. Coconut oil. He usually doesn't get coconut oil. He usually gets fish oil. So that's good. And then peas. They sometimes get peas. So no more of that. Lamb, milk from sheep, veal, bell peppers, bread. Good thing he's not allergic to green bell peppers, because he actually really likes green ones, but I don't give them red ones. Very allergic to bread. And then also allergic to goat, So goat and sheep he's allergic to, but that's actually something I saved for Caspian to eat. And then a level 1 of turkey, which they don't get turkey often, so I think I'll just basically keep turkey the same as I have been. Okay, so are things in the top of the specific level something they're more allergic to than other things in that same level? No, the items are just at random for each level. But yeah, so he's not really getting. I think the only thing I would have to change from his diet is basically just taking out carrots, because he actually will eat just whole carrots by themselves. But other than that, his diet is pretty good. So I think what has affected him is really the outside environmental allergies, the plants, and then also the animals. We do have rabbits, horses, all of those things that he's allergic to. So I think that's some of the stuff that is affecting him. But other than that, I guess it's a good thing he has limited interaction with the cats, because he's really sweet dog, and so before the cats would actually be like rubbing all over him and just really close to him. So who knew a dog could be so allergic to cats? It's really funny. And so yeah, this is all from Affordable Testing. And I'm going to put my code in the description of this video. I don't think it's there right now, but so that you guys can actually check it out. I'm going to be going through this with all of the dogs. I think it's really important to actually know exactly how to feed them correctly. Even though it's not something that's a huge deal, it must be still uncomfortable for them to be getting food that doesn't sit well with them and then to constantly feel like upset from it. How much is the test? So the test, I think regular price is, it's 140 regular price. It might not be exactly 140, but it's like 140 something. And that's how much the test is regular price. With my discount code, you can get 10% off of it. And then sometimes they do have sales and stuff, so you can also work around that. And even if they have a sale, you can still use the discount code and get an extra 10%. I have a dog that needs to be on Apoquil, so definitely want to try this. Yes, that was such a big deal for me, is because Caspian was on an allergy medication. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a human allergy medication actually. But we were giving him the dosage for a dog, and that was just something he got twice a day. He hasn't had allergy medication in months, and he's doing really well. So yeah, I think like this way you know if they need it or not. If it's a food allergy, you can just stop feeding them that and not give them the medication. If it's, that they're allergic to something growing in your yard and you can't necessarily take them off of the grass because that's just like something they're going to have to be around, then you know to give them their allergy medication, or to give it to them during certain times of the year, instead of just constantly having your dog on allergy medication without knowing what the cause is. So yeah, I definitely think it's something really cool to try. So any other questions? I think I probably answered all of your questions, Austin. And let's see, we've been recording for, it's actually been like half an hour. I guess I've been talking a lot about this. All right, well, if there aren't any more questions, yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for sharing. Of course. Yeah, this was something that was such a big deal to me, having tried it out and I had so many like, oh, this isn't gonna work. I had so many doubts with this test. So now I've done 2 dogs. I want to do my other 3 corgis. I don't think I would do this test on my Chihuahua because that dog like can survive anything. There's nothing wrong with her. But yeah, just to like check out my other 3 dogs. I'm kind of going in order of how severely they're affected by allergies. Clark was the worst. And I guess it shouldn't be a surprise that his were environmental mainly. Because he has had allergic reactions to topical things put on his skin. And then next I'd probably do Rowan, who seems to get itchy a lot depending on just, he's not itchy all the time. So I'm wondering if maybe it's something he's eating. I don't know. And then after that, Bruce and Luna. But Bruce and Luna are also like, don't really have any allergy symptoms. But it'll still be interesting to see exactly what is going on with them. But yeah, I had so many doubts, and now I want to do it on all my dogs. So I definitely want to be able to share this. All right, well, that's it for today's video, and thank you guys so much for joining me. So let me know what you want me to talk about in the next stream, and we'll see what we talk about on Monday, basically. Thank you. Bye.